Hey guys, welcome back. Jordan here with the Nutty Gnome Homestead. Today is May 10th, 2024. And as you guys can see behind me, we lost it all. 2 days ago, we had a hailstorm come through. It dropped golf ball size hail for 10 minutes, according to our cameras. And we ended up with nearly 3 inches of hail total covering the ground at one point. I've got pictures of all of this. I've never seen anything like it. Everything that we had planted was destroyed. Guys, this is why we prepare. We always make sure we have backups to our backups. As you guys can see, a couple days ago, my potatoes over here were 20 inches tall. They were flowering out. They were beautiful. They were ready to go. My cabbage were 30 inches across, some of them 33 or 36 inches. We've lost everything, guys. I'm going to show you guys some of the damage from this hail, and then I'm going to show you what we have to replace everything that we lost and why we prepare. Okay guys, so I'm going to try to make this a real quick video. I've got a lot of work to catch up on this weekend. As you guys can see, my potatoes were totally defoliated. About a 99% defoliation on our potatoes. This row looks even worse. Potatoes can withstand about 25% defoliation at the beginning or at the end of their growth cycle, but just 10% of foliar loss when the potatoes are bulking up can lead to catastrophic failure. Can lead to the potatoes not bulking up. It can lead to a lost crop altogether. I don't know if these guys are going to make it, if they're going to pull through or not, but I'm prepared. I've got another 50 pounds of seed potatoes to go ahead and get in the ground. The next 30 days is supposed to be about average, maybe a little on the cooler side. I've already got chitted potatoes as a backup. Guys, this is why we prepare. Now I'm going to step over here to my other rows. You guys remember I planted green beans the other day? I planted most of this row, triple planted. Now thankfully green beans germinate quickly, they grow quick, so I got plenty of time to replant them. Let me show you what I have left of this row that I planted. I got one bean, and it's been damaged severely. We have total crop failure due to weather. It's a terrible loss, guys. And now, this part over here is really heartbreaking. This is what's left of my cabbage. This was one of my OS Cross large drumhead style cabbage. It was more than 3 foot in diameter from the outside leaves to the outside leaf. Guys, let me show you this. It just makes me sick. Every one of these cabbages are destroyed from the hail. Every one. And it just keeps going. So thankfully, I've got a couple things left over in our greenhouse. I might show you guys some of that. Let me show you guys my orchard. I had a lot of apples. Several pears. All kinds of fruit already set, growing, was looking beautiful. And it's all gone. Thankfully, I still have some apples put up from last year. I still have some pears put up from last year. So Lord willing, that'll be enough to get us through. I'm walking over here to my orchard. I'm going to show you guys my cover crop. You'll get a kick out of this. There we go. All the way back to the back fence row. 14-foot wide strip of clover. It was about knee high bloomed out. The bees were going crazy over it. Battered and beat down to the ground. Which I planted the cover crop to prepare the soil. If you guys been sticking around for a while, or if you guys are new to our channel, welcome. Check out some of our other videos. I'll talk about the cover crops. They're great for building soil. I don't like leaving ground fallow for any amount of time. It's designed to be growing. That's how the good Lord intended it. We're going to grow something on it. Ground that is uncovered is subject to erosion. We don't like having water run off. We don't like having wind blowing all our topsoil away. Let me show you guys some of my fruit trees. Totally defoliated my orchard. All of my fruit that I had is gone. This hail come through, broke the ends off, took the leaves off. Any fruit that was here, took it off. So, you guys see that damaged fruit? Now, if I left that on there, it would still try to grow. Here's more. But unfortunately, it's going to be subject to disease and pest, and it's going to create more problems than it's worth. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to trim off all of the damaged fruit, all of the damaged twigs, branches and whatnot. And we're going to try to salvage what we can, recover. That way, so next year, our harvest is going to be even better. I was going to take you guys over to look at the bees real quick, but they're a little testy right now, so I don't feel like getting too close to them. Let me show you guys my other garden. This will make you sick. There we go. You see all them sticks sticking out of this ground cover? Those are my 90 tomatoes, 60 peppers. My broccoli right there was all headed up. Had softball size heads of broccoli on it that should have been ready to pick here real soon. My cucumbers, everything's gone. So thankfully, listening to Mom and Grandma over the years, don't count your eggs before they're hatched. Don't put the horse before the cart. Don't put all your garden plants out at once. I listened. I heeded their advice. And thankfully it's not 100% loss. My greenhouse was spared, thankfully. I do have a little bit of damage, but nothing that I can't repair. But let me show you guys what I have in reserve. Now, this isn't going to replace 100% of what we lost, but this is what I have in reserve, and thank Lord we have it. Look at that. Tomatoes, pumpkins, more lettuce, flowers, tomatoes, zucchini, cantaloupe, herbs, more cucumbers. We kept just enough back that we can replant about 50%, maybe a little more what we had out. Guys, this is why we prepare. This is why we put up our bountiful harvest. That's why we give thanks in those years where we had plenty. That was so in years like this when I may not get 200 pounds of potatoes again this year. I may not get my cabbage again this year. At least not like what I had. May not get all my pickles and cucumbers. All of my tomatoes that we put up hundreds of jars of fruit every year, guys. This is how we feed our family. We grow our own food. We know what's put into it. When you guys are out there planting your gardens, might ought to keep a little bit back just in case there's a storm come through. You can always plant it out later. It'll catch up, I promise. A couple of weeks can make all the difference. We had tomatoes out here the size of silver dollars. We had peppers that were 3 inches long. I credit most of that to being able to have my plants in the greenhouse. It does make it a lot easier when you have a greenhouse where you can store this stuff. I understand that. But guys, even though the storm was horrible, it stripped my cherry trees. Here, let me show you this. It stripped my cherry trees. Guys, these are my Nanking Bush cherries. These cherries were ready to pick, and I've not got a cherry on any one of them. It just beat the living daylights out of all of my plants. So, we're going to replant. We're not going to give up. We're going to get something, guys. Just wanted to give you all a little bit of update, and if you guys had storm damage, I'm sorry. I know what y'all are going through. That's why we have a good community. I got friends and family that have already offered plants and seeds to replace what we've lost. It's where your community really comes together, guys. So, till next time, I hope everybody's safe. I hope your gardens are doing good. And remember, we work for this. Nothing's ever given. Got to count your blessings. Till next time, y'all stay safe.